Hello everyone, welcome back to the Azure YouTube channel. It has been a very long time since I've last recorded, but that I decided that I wanted to record this because I'm very excited for this project. There's this new TCG that is going to be coming out through a Kickstarter. We'll be putting the Kickstarter in the comment in the description down below. And I only recently found out about it. It's about a TCG that released in the late 2010s that sadly got discontinued and was now getting picked back up by Speed Robo Games. I am saying right now, I am not sponsored. I am just explaining my own excitement for the project. And I want to quickly open some demo decks with you guys. I'm gonna basically make a couple of statements already to start off. I have been in contact with the developer. There is a couple of prints on the cards themselves for now, but those are basically just for the demo decks, and they have already been taken out for the actual Kickstarter product. The art I will be showing you already because this was a small calling card, as I will be calling it. That was in the demo, that was in the package itself, and I thought it was nice to basically showcase it to you guys. So, as you can see, it has a very dark magical girl type of atmosphere, which is also what the game is basically trying to portray. It has a very Madoka-esque style. Um, and As a lot of you guys know, I actually do like that kind of atmosphere. I'm someone who really likes like darker themes, and even when things look cutesy on the outside, and that's basically why I really like this game. So I have actually not opened these products up myself. I do have a couple of more, but I would like to open these guys up with you. One thing I'm already going to say, as you can see, you get a small keychain with one of the demo decks themselves, and the cardboard will actually get changed a little bit. Normally the inner stock is white, but they're going to be moving towards a black inner stock. And these keychains, they do feel really high quality. Like you can literally feel the print on them. I do like these because, like I said, I like cutesy things. Um, a small ad, obviously. And on the front, you have one of the key premises why I also really like this game. It's these caster tokens. Basically, you can draw yourself on them. And after the game, you can give the caster token to your opponent because in the lore, um, the casters, which are basically like your Aether source, which is like your mana source, they're basically are like your friends or classmates. So then you can actually bring like your actual friends who you play against to tournaments or whatever. Or if you face them, you can use themselves against them, which I think is quite fun. Um, I will personally probably be keeping a binder with like my friends' stuff, which I do think is a fun aspect of this game. So now I will basically get to the art, like I told you. Actually, first and foremost, let's get to the card stock. So the card stock, like I said, I haven't touched these cards myself. It feels a bit softer than I expected, but it's quite nice. And yeah, the back of the card already basically explains what I've been explaining to you. You can obviously see the inspiration from like darker magical girl themes, but I do like this, and you can already see the dragon Ignis, which is the red color in this game. Yeah, and this is basically like these. I can call it like body horror almost in the straw effigy. Like it's a very dark-ish theme. Um, let's put it aside. Then you have the casters, which like I talked about before, they're basically like your mana sources, and they will basically also generate you. One thing that's quite nice about this game is that there's some casters who are obviously like supposed to like reappear because my apologies. they have multiple levels that they can go to, which hopefully, like I said, I haven't gone through this myself. I can showcase to you guys. We're just opening 2 today. If you want more, please leave it down in the comments below. Uh, yeah, this is basically like the art style that I really like. Like you can literally see it's like supposed to be like quite horror-ish. Um, even though obviously if you look at the casters themselves, you would think this would be like some cutesy game. Um, this is more of the Ignis structure I've noticed. Just putting everything on one pile. I was planning on just sorting it by color. The fire wheel. And now we basically get to the second color already. So this game works in a couple of different ways. I already showed you the casters. I showed you the servants, which are like the creatures of this game. And then you also have like the conjures. Conjures are like a one-time use spells. And they actually already put like very interesting ones in the game. This one, for example, is removal, but there is obviously card draw. Um, there's also already like removal for barriers, which we will get to later. And basically, they are definitely trying to make it so that set one is very complete. I have personally compiled everything already in an Excel sheet to keep like a meta tracker for the Kickstarter format. And which I will also, the Kickstarter, I will also be linking in the comments down below. So be sure to check it out. And then we can basically also, and then you can also potentially look into if you like it. I will also put the Discord down below. The Discord is basically where the community of Caster Chronicles is currently talking a lot. The community is very friendly, very helping. Um, there's a lot of people, and I will also be putting the trailer video for the Kickstarter in the description down below. And be sure to check it out because this game is actually really fun. Uh, Fire Arrow is a my names for the colors are still not very I'm not still very well versed even though I've written everything down, but I think this is uh give me a second. I will pull it up right now. uh so if I look up Fire Arrow, I think this is Solace, but I'm trying to fully remember, of course. Oh, this is also Ignis. It's just lighter red. My apologies. Um, so yeah, this Ignis spell, very interesting. Just removal, basically keeping the color of red. Um, very in theme. And this is basically where we can get to the point where what I talked to you about earlier. I am trying to be very open about things that are obviously wrong with the demo decks. You can see that the the card text is slightly misaligned, and there's a different card that we will get to later where it's more obvious. But like I said, the developer itself told me that the text will be fixed in the Kickstarter, so be sure to look forward to that. Um, and here's more casters. You can see they always come in like full art, which is really nice. There's like high rarity versions of these as well. For now in the demo decks, I haven't seen any foils yet. Kindle the Spirit, just classic power gain. We know this from any other TCG. Um, just a couple of vanillas, obviously, to teach you the game. And this is basically the caster that I was talking to you about that basically levels up. So how it works in this game, hold on. Yeah, here's the level 2 as well. Let me quickly pull these aside. So imagine I have my level 1 in my caster zone. Instead of just vanilla playing the level 2, you basically have to stack it on top of each other so that it actually levels up. Then you can see that it has like a specific effect for removing like the level 1. Um, and then you can get, and then you obviously do like special effects if you obviously use the effect, which makes it like a very utility-esque card. Obviously, you get 2 copies of each in the demo decks, and then you have Furious Dragon, which seems to be a pretty good card for Ignis. Double Corrupt is a very interesting mechanic because in Caster Chronicles, just like in Duel Masters and in Digimon, you have like a health bar, and like in Duel Masters, if you hit the health, it goes to your hand. But double corrupt basically means that you would basically remove take away 2 orbs from your opponent, aka lives. But this obviously also can be an advantage for your opponent because of break being a mechanic, which we'll get to in a bit, because the next card that we will be talking about, which is actually one of the cards with one of the more obvious misprinting issues regarding the text, does actually have break, which we will get to. So here we have a different keychain, very cute. Like I said earlier, I do like these. Another caster token, like I told you. And now it is the Ferocious Mantis. So now we're getting to a different color, but I'm gonna quickly already highlight this. You can see that the creature has this red block here. It says break. I'm sorry that it's not very obvious. I think you can see it in the recording. But as you can also see, the text actually gets cut off right here. But like I said, it's already fixed in the main product. So you don't have to worry about that. But let's talk about break. So on this card, it's sadly not explained, but on different break cards, it actually is. If a break card goes from your orb zone, which is your life, to your hand, then you can have the ability to immediately play it for free. We card gamers love free resources, and obviously this makes it so that you obviously can get punished if you get greedy. And here we go. This card, Kneel Before Me. It is a conjure, like I told you about. It's a single use spell. But you can actually see here in the card text, when this card is put into your hand from your orb zone, like I said, you may play it immediately without paying its cost. And this card itself is actually really good because it rests all of your enemy servants. And if you obviously can cheat this out by from your life, which there is actually already cards that can put cards from your hand into your orb zone, so you can potentially manipulate, even though your opponent can actually choose what orb they attack. Quick side note: in the old version of Caster Chronicles, Void was a generic color. We decided, well, not we, the Speed Robo team decided that they wanted to basically make it a color on its own. So if you want to use any of the Void cards, be sure to obviously keep that in mind. Um, for the people who are wondering, what about my old cards? You can still use them. There is an alumni format. Alumni is basically like the premium format, or like the eternal format for this game. So, in case you want to play your old cards, be sure to at least check it out. um, then you obviously get into the art. This is basically all written, and if you like I said earlier, like this basically showcases the theme that I was talking to you about. Like it's darker, magical girl esque. I think it looks nice. But this card is actually very important because it showcases like future potential. Because this card just mentions put target insect in an allied graveyard into your hand. This is basically already saying like, hey, there will be future archetypes like insects, which you can already see because you have these card traits. This one, for example, this simple vanilla, the impudent swallowtail, is actually an insect. So it already basically already synergizes, even though it's not that strong of a synergy yet. At least you can take care of that. This one is a plant, and this is basically where I was also talking about the Madoka-esque art. It looks very creepy for what it is. Very simple but nice. Another conjure. I'm quickly checking if there's a barrier in here to explain to you guys. There's no barrier in here. Okay, then I will quickly simply go through the rest of the cards, and then I will obviously explain what a barrier is because I mentioned it earlier. Um, this is the Griffin. This is actually already on the like a lot of the base art of the game. Uh, and this is basically where you can see like the body horror esque. And this card is basically how I found out about this game because it looked really cool, and I first thought it was just like a Madoka reference, but then I found out that it's a game on its own, and that's also why I'm very excited for it. Um, this card is actually really cool. I'm happy that it's in the demo decks. It's called Forced Repatriation. It obviously has the break effect. Well, not obviously, but it does have the break effect. And then it says return target arrested enemy servant to its owner's hand. So if your opponent casted something big, let's give Furious Dragon as an example, and you just basically cast this for 3 the turn after, your opponent will not be happy that they have to recast it. Um, this game does not have summoning sickness, so keep that in mind. Um, I'm quickly pointing that out. Some more simple vanillas. Unity, actually a really cool mechanic. I think this is basically where the Digimon TCG got their mechanic from. So basically, when you attack with this, then you can rest any other allied servants that share a trait. So you basically need to share insect with them. So this already supports the potential future insect archetype, and then the clam actually does end up gaining the attack points. Um, Only the attack of the servants rested. Hubris basically give you for the magic players give you swamp walk, so you can basically dodge taunts or whatever. So it's really nice to finish off games. And it also has like this a very annoying effect that it actually can't be attacked when it's rested. So if you end up using this as like a very aggressive tool, you just rest it. Your opponent has very difficult times to remove it unless they actually have a removal spell. Bombastic Lily, just another vanilla plant. And then we basically have the Glory Butterfly and the Mew. As you can see, um, I am very out of it. I am personally really excited though um, for this game. If you want to see any more, um, be sure to subscribe. I'm planning on recording more of this, and I'm sorry that it's still a bit clunky. I'm still finding my way. Please be sure to check out the links below in the description, and hopefully see you next time. Bye bye.